Guys, welcome to My Guy Reviews. We're going to review and look at the Gauntlet, which is featured in the latest and the first new feature footage of the Infinity Wars, the latest Avengers film. We get a great look at new Thanos in purple, and he comes out and he's punching Spider-Man, punching Iron Man. But what's most important is the Gauntlet, and he's got, by the end of the trailer, 2 of the 5 Infinity Stones, and there's a third one that we do get to see, so we're going to talk about the third one as well, and maybe we'll just start there. So the third one is the Mind Stone. Mind Stone obviously appeared in Avengers Age of Ultron, where based on the Chitauri technology, both Banner and Stark together, they built Ultron. Ultron in turn destroyed Paul Bettany's character and then rebuilt him and made Vision and put the Mind Stone in Vision. And we see a great bit at the start where actually Paul Bettany is playing himself and he's not playing Vision, or he's playing Vision but in human form. So it makes me almost believe, could that be the end of the film? Well, this is part 1, so maybe the Mind Stone has been ripped out of his head and he has become a mortal man, but it still lights up. So what does that actually mean? Will he be Vision still? Does he have the powers to now turn on and off that Vision kind of purple look? Well, it's not hard, it's not too long to wait, but these questions will be answered. Most probably that could be a big spoiler, that is actually the end of the film, and obviously he loses that. Now in the trailer there is a big moment that they actually show, which I thought they wouldn't do, and they keep the kind of cards to themselves, and I thought obviously we all know it's going to happen at some point, we just don't know how and when, but we actually see him put and try to rip out the Mind Stone out of his forehead, and that's Vision's. So this could ultimately either kill Vision or turn him into a mortal man, and that would give him the yellow gauntlet, the stone on his Infinity Gauntlet, the yellow one. Now he does have 2. Let's talk about those 2 and where are they, and where are the other 3? Now the ones missing and the most we'll come back to later, but we'll actually talk about the 2 that we see on his hand. So the 2 stones that he has on his arm is the blue and the purple stone. And what we do see him is actually in the trailer take the yellow stone off of Vision's head, but actually put a blue stone on his arm. Now what are these 2 stones? Well, this is what we're going to break down and talk about. Actually talk about where the other 3 stones are. Obviously we've spoken a lot about the yellow, which is the Mind Stone. That's in Vision. That was kind of talked about in Ultron. Let's talk about the other 2. So he's got the blue one in his hand. Now that blue one was featured in Captain America, and that is in the Tesseract. There is a moment within the trailer where Loki is holding the Tesseract in his hand, and that doesn't automatically mean he hands it over to Thanos. It could be there's a big fight and there's a battle and Thanos wins it, because the way in which he puts the stone onto his hand, it would imply that. So there is the blue one. Now he's somehow got that, and most probably it's something to do with Loki. So if either Loki has to give it up or he's been beaten to a pulp, but that's the kind of things that could happen. But that's the blue one. What's the other one? And now the other one is the purple one. Of course, this is the Power Stone, and this is held at the Nova Corps. So it almost makes me think, well, he's actually gone and he's taken those 2 and he's done his intergalactical kind of road trip, lands on Earth. He clearly is here for a couple, the Mind Stone, and of course that leads us nicely into the next one, which is the green one, which is the Eye of Agamotto, which is held by the Sorcerer Supreme, aka Doctor Strange. So that's obviously on planet Earth as well. Now this we do not get to see a good glimpse of, so I'm assuming he's on planet Earth to get the Mind Stone and obviously get his hands on the Eye of Agamotto. That leaves us nicely to one more stone, and that stone is also, I forgot to say, there's the red stone, which is obviously in the ether, which was in Thor the Dark World. That is still out there. Obviously we're not sure. That's the one that kind of opens up and he kind of did the thing. So that's out there. And then that leaves this kind of the Soul Stone. Now that's in the, I think it's the Helium Mel, but I can't remember exactly where it is. And that leaves the last stone, which is in, of course, Idris Elba, who's in Thor. And that's the one he's got on his chest, the one that kind of gives him the sight to see all things. Now that's going to be interesting to see how, of course, he gets involved in this as well. So there's 5 stones out there. We've definitely seen 2 of them on there. There's obviously the Eye of Agamotto, there's the Mind Stone, and then there's the one that Idris Elba's got. So they're the 5. It's a question of how does he achieve or get all of them. Now, my thoughts, and so far from what I can see about the trailer and kind of guessing what part 1 and part 2 is going to be about, he's going to collect half of the stones. So he's got 2 already, we've seen in the trailer. He's going to get the Mind Stone. Now, he's kind of, does he get the Eye of Agamotto in this as well, leaving the one and only stone with Idris Elba and then the actual war? Or does he get all 5 midway through? Now, I don't think they'll throw all 5 of them in this one movie. It'd be too much to kind of, for him to collect and go get and kill people. He has to go see the Collector, he might have to go see the Noah Court, he has to go see maybe Loki, he's definitely going to have to see Vision, he's going to have to see Doctor Strange, he's going to have to see Idris Elba. So there's a lot to be done. Now, this trailer looks incredible. I will do a preview review as well at some point. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me how you think he's going to get the remaining Infinity Stones. Interested to see how we'll get it off Doctor Strange, because that one's quite special, and that's obviously Doctor Strange. He's got powers, and he's got the power of Agamotto, so he can traverse time. So it'll be interesting to see how Thanos comes up against Doctor Strange, and he can take, and more importantly, how does he get it off Idris Elba, and also what implications will it have with Vision? All of this and more, all will be explained hopefully when the Russo brothers' new film Infinity Wars come out. Tell me what you think. Hit me up with your likes and comments for all things motion picture games related. Keep it locked down to My Guy Reviews.